I'm Ethan, 30M, and I need to vent about something insane that went down yesterday. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it and wondering if I'm the bad guy here. Spoiler, I'm standing my ground no matter what anyone thinks. Here's the backstory. 4 years ago, I bought my first house, a cozy 3-bedroom in a quiet suburb of Columbus, Ohio. I worked my tail off for it. Started delivering pizzas at 17, pinched pennies through community college, and hustled at a logistics company to save for a down payment by 26. This house is my pride and joy, proof of years of sacrifice. My family's a mess. My dad, Robert, 58M, has always bobbied my younger brother, Dylan. 23M Dylan's the golden child who can do no wrong. While I was pulling double shifts to pay for school, Dylan was figuring out his path. While I ate instant noodles to save cash, Dylan crashed 2 cars and got a third. You see where this is going. 8 months ago, Dylan announced his girlfriend, Kayla, 21F, was pregnant after dating for just 5 months. My dad was over the moon, grandkid on the way. Never mind that Dylan works part-time at a gas station and Kayla's unemployed. They've been crashing in a friend's garage. Details, right? 3 weeks ago, Dad called with great news. He'd solved Dylan's housing problem. They'd move into my spare bedroom, his exact words. "Family sticks together, Ethan. You've got all that space just sitting there." I laughed, thinking it was a joke. It wasn't. "Dad, no way, they're adults. They need to sort out their own place." "Ethan, she's 8 months pregnant. Your brother needs you. Then you help him, you've got a big house. Linda and I need our space. You're single, you don't need 3 bedrooms. The nerve. I shut it down hard, but the calls kept coming. From Dad, my stepmom Linda, 55F, Dylan, and even Kayla's mom, Susan, 46F, who I'd never met. Everyone had an opinion about my house. Yesterday, things hit a whole new level of crazy. I got home from work to find a U-Haul parked in my driveway, Dylan's beat-up pickup on my grass, and Kayla sitting on my porch with stacks of boxes. Dylan was messing with my back door, trying to pry it open with a butter knife. "What the hell is this?" I shouted. Dylan didn't even flinch. "Yo, Ethan, Dad said you were fine with us moving in. Couldn't find the key." "There's no key and I'm not fine with this. Get off my property." Kayla started bawling. "Ethan, please, I'm pregnant. We've got nowhere to go." "That's not my problem. You've got parents. Dylan's got parents." "Figure it out." Dylan got in my face. "Don't be a jerk, man. It's just till we're stable." "Stable? You'll never be stable if you live here." Then Dad rolled up, grinning like he'd saved the day. "Ethan, perfect. Let's get them settled." "Dad," I said, "no, this is trespassing." "Don't be ridiculous. We're family." Here's where I probably became the villain in their eyes, but I don't care. I pulled out my phone and dialed 911. "I'd like to report a trespassing and attempted break-in at my address." Their faces were gold. Dad went from smug to shocked to livid in seconds. "You're calling the cops on your family?" "No, I'm calling the cops on people trying to break into my house." The police showed up in 15 minutes. I explained calmly. These people were trying to move in without permission, and one was attempting to break in. The officers were professional, told everyone to leave, and warned they couldn't return without my consent. Cue the meltdown. Kayla called me cruel. Dylan called me worse. Dad said I was no son of his. Linda just glared like I was Satan. As they packed up the U-Haul, I handed them a cease and desist letter I'd had a lawyer buddy, Jake, draft weeks ago when the pressure started. "If any of you come back, you'll be arrested. That includes you, Dad." Dad's face turned red. "You planned this?" "I planned for you not respecting my boundaries. Good thing I did." They left, but the texts and calls blew up. Aunts, uncles, cousins I hadn't talked to in years were suddenly experts on my life. "How could you?" "They're desperate. Family helps family." But here's the deal. I worked for everything I have. Dylan's had handouts his whole life and blown every chance. He chose to get Kayla pregnant. He chose a dead-end job. He chose to blow his money on sneakers and video games. Not my choices, not my problem. I've since installed security cameras and changed my locks. Turns out Dylan had a copy of my key from years ago. I'm ready for whatever they throw next. Am I the bad guy? Maybe. Do I care? Nope. The family drama's gotten worse. My Aunt Carol, Dad's sister, called to hear my side. I told her I'm not a hotel, and Dylan needs to grow up. She suggested I could at least pay their first month's rent somewhere. "Carol, Dad's given Dylan over $25,000 in the last 4 years. Where'd it go?" Silence. "If Dad wants to help, he's got the cash." She hung up. The camera's paid off already. At 2 a.m., I got an alert. Dylan was in my driveway, sitting in his truck, occasionally checking my windows and doors. I have it all recorded. I texted him. "I see you. Next time I call the cops." His reply. Just checking on you, bro. You're acting nuts. Classic gaslighting. Dad's spreading rumors I'm having a mental breakdown from work stress. Linda told her church group I'm on drugs. The irony, I'm the only one in this family who's never been arrested or in rehab. Kayla's mom, Susan, left voicemails sobbing about her poor pregnant daughter and how I'm hurting an innocent baby. Lady, I don't know you. Your daughter chose Dylan, not my fault. I found out from my cousin Nate, 28M, that Dad's been planning this for months. At a family cookout I skipped, he bragged about how my empty rooms were perfect for Dylan and I could teach him responsibility. Teach him. The guy who got fired from a burger joint for pocketing tips, who totaled 2 cars texting, who blew his college fund on NFTs. What am I teaching him? How to fail? Linda called, playing good cop. Just let them stay for a month, Ethan. No, and every time you ask, I'm adding a month before I talk to any of you again. You're tearing this family apart. I laughed. This family's been broken for years. I'm just not pretending anymore. Dylan posted on social media about his heartless brother letting a pregnant woman go homeless. The comments were predictable, people who don't know the story piling on, some old friends defending me because they know Dylan's track record. I posted the camera footage of him trying to break in, captioned, "Attempted break-in at my house, just documenting for legal purposes." His post was gone in an hour. The cameras caught 2 more incidents. Dad driving by at 1 a.m. and Kayla and Susan sitting outside my house for hours, probably hoping I'd cave seeing a pregnant woman in a car. I didn't even peek outside. The cameras told me everything. I'm working on a restraining order with Jake, who says the evidence is airtight. He's doing it pro bono because he finds this saga hilarious. I'm having a fence installed tomorrow, 6 feet, solid metal, locked gate. My house is Fort Knox now, and I'm fine with that. People keep asking why I'm so harsh, why I can't help just for a bit. They don't get it. With my family, a bit means forever. Dylan moved back home for a few weeks after high school. That was 5 years ago. I'm done with the cycle of enabling. I'm the villain? Fine. This villain has a paid-off car, a mortgage, and peace. What does their hero have? A pregnant girlfriend and a U-Haul full of chaos. It's almost funny how absurd this has gotten. The fence is up, and it's gorgeous, 6 feet of stay out. The fence guy, Mike, said Dad tried to cancel the order, claiming he was me. Mike told him only the homeowner could cancel, and Dad lost it. Mike's been in business 25 years and said he's never seen anything like it. The restraining order paperwork's filed. Jake says the video evidence, attempted break-in, 2M prowling, non-stop harassment, makes it a lock. But here's the kicker. Dylan got arrested 3 nights ago. Not for me, but for shoplifting baby formula and diapers from a Walmart. He ran, making it worse. Now he's got theft and resisting arrest charges. Dad called me from the station. Your brother's in jail, bail him out. No. He stole, he should have paid or asked you for money. This is your fault. If you'd let them stay. I hung up. Turns out Dylan's been stealing from that store for months, reselling stuff online. The manager had him on camera for weeks and was waiting for a big bust. It's a felony now because of the total value stolen. Kayla's moved in with Susan, as the garage wasn't cutting it with Dylan on house arrest at Dad's place. Susan called furious. You ruined my daughter's life. Susan, I've never met your daughter. Her life was ruined when she picked a deadbeat thief. He wasn't a thief when they met. Yes, he was. He just hadn't been caught. My cousin Sarah, 24F, posted a vague social media rant about family meaning nothing and some people thinking they're above everyone. I commented, family doesn't mean free rent. Adults handle their own messes. Her post vanished fast. My grandpa, who I adore, called. That one stung. Ethan, what's going on? Grandpa, Dylan tried to break into my house. Dad planned it. I'm protecting myself. Your dad said you're having a breakdown. Of course he did. Want to see the videos? I sent him the footage. Dylan's break-in attempt, his 2M lurking, Dad's late-night drive-by. Grandpa called back. Your dad's lost it, but they're desperate. Dad's got money and a big house. He just doesn't want to deal with Dylan. I'm not taking his mess. Grandpa sighed. You're right. I don't like it, but you're right. The fence got tested. Cameras caught Dad standing at the gate for 15 minutes just staring. My neighbor, Tom, 65M, told me Dad was asking about my schedule and if anyone was living with me. Tom told him to buzz off. I'm getting Tom a 6-pack for that. Dylan's lawyer, paid by Dad, asked for a character letter for court. I offered to write one listing Dylan's history of theft and entitlement. He passed. My boss, Greg, 47M, knows the story and has my back, offering a statement for the restraining order if needed. He said, "Ethan, you're the sanest guy I know. Your family's nuts." Feels good to hear. Kayla's pregnancy is struggling. Stress that they caused led to complications. She's on bed rest. Dad tried to guilt me. "She could lose the baby because of you." "I didn't get her pregnant or tell Dylan to steal. You planned this mess." He hung up. The restraining order hearings next week. Jake's confident. Dad hired a lawyer to fight it, which is rich. He's spending on legal fees instead of helping Dylan get a place. The family's split. Team Ethan, Grandpa, Nate, and my Uncle Mark, who opted out of this circus years ago, versus Team Dylan, everyone else. I started therapy, not because I'm breaking down, but to make sure I'm handling this right. My therapist, Dr. Lisa, says this is a textbook case of boundary violations and enabling. I'm documenting everything: texts, voicemails, videos. Jake says I could file harassment charges if I want. I might. Best part, I sleep like a baby in my quiet, drama-free house. No thieves, no chaos, just me and my hard-earned peace. Update 3. 3 weeks later, Dylan's court date was yesterday. He got 18 months probation and 150 hours of community service. The judge wasn't impressed with his "I was stealing for my baby" excuse, especially after seeing footage of him stealing headphones and video games before. Yeah, the diapers were just the tip of the iceberg. Dylan was running a small-time theft ring, fencing stuff online. Dad looked crushed in court. The judge called him out. Enabling crime helps no one. The restraining order hearing was last week. Granted. Dad, Dylan, Kayla, and Linda are banned from coming within 500 feet of me or my property for 2 years. The judge watched the break-in video and asked Dad, "You thought this was okay?" Dad mumbled about family helping family. The judge shut him down. Family doesn't mean ignoring boundaries or property rights. I nearly clapped. Big news, Kayla had the baby, a boy, Robert Jr., after Dad. It was a rough delivery, emergency C-section, but both are fine. Susan called not to yell but to apologize. "Ethan, I've seen Dylan's true colors. You were right, he's immature. I'm helping Kayla file for child support and custody now while he's on probation." Why? While Kayla was in the hospital, Dylan tried to sell baby shower gifts, diapers, clothes, even a crib, on eBay for quick cash. Susan's taken Kayla and the baby in and filed for emergency custody, citing Dylan's criminal record.